risings and or rich risings to all this motherfucking usual. Beautiful day, sun out. I just wanted to make a quick video about how important it is to practice what you motherfucking preach, because you really ain't gonna get nowhere unless you motherfucking do. And I really want to speak on this because it was something I struggled with, dearly growing up. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's based off, obviously the environment I come from. That's like the biggest factor of them all, because I come from a single parent household. A single parent household. Basically was raised by my mom my whole life, even though like I always stayed in like random videos. My dad was a part of my life, but not like all the way. Like basically he just, showed up random times throughout my life, and I always had a way to contact him. But it's like, I wish I kind of got this lesson from him, you know what I'm saying? So this one really is for, the single parent households, mainly the ones with, just mom in there and then, dad left, or however the situation goes. Now, this is more so of a masculinity thing that should be instilled. I feel like it should come more so from the father side as far as raising the child goes versus the mom, I realized. But at the same time, it can go both ways, but it's really more so of a, man outlet, because it falls under the category of discipline. Now, if I had this, way earlier, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I would be way more further ahead in life than I am currently. But, at the same time, we all learn at our own pace. Understanding is not always easy, especially during these times, long story short. But it's just really important, because it's like, first and foremost, like growing up in a household where, a lot of motherfuckers preach shit, especially being a middle child. There was a lot of ones older than me as well, preaching things that they wasn't even, taking their own advice on. And it's like, I didn't see that at the time growing up. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long ass time to even really realize, because prime example, when I was growing up, and it's sad, but it's the motherfucking truth. The way I was raised is basically not to even have emotions, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in a household where literally, like, all the boys, nigga, you show a sign of weakness, you show a sign of emotion, you just a bitch ass nigga, and that's what you're called, like, from the parents' standpoint as well. And I know that's not a good way of raising your child, and I'm not here to, bash my mom or, anybody who, raised me in no way, shape, or form. It's just like, I realized like a lot of lessons that I was given throughout daily life from certain individuals, they wasn't even taking their own advice, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, looking back at it now, it's very useful. But before, like in those standpoints, when I wasn't really seeing it, and even when I would say it at times, it's like I wouldn't know, you know what I'm saying, like how deep the extent was until now, for real. So it's just like, comparing things from, then and then now, it's a big difference, because it's like, seeing that alone showed me, how much, and I'm not even trying to say it like that, but how fake certain individuals is. Not only that, but just like the true colors of certain individuals. Like, you can really, and it's sad, but it's this factor alone. Like, it's sad that you can dish out everything, you know what I'm saying, that's supposed to be instilled in a child, but then say the child wants to give it back, and not exactly in the form you gave it to them, but tries to dish it back. Now it's an ass whooping, etc. But now, if I was to, you see what I'm saying, it's like a motherfucking big difference, because it's like, now motherfuckers see that I can see them, you know what I'm saying, and I've been able to see you. It's just because I didn't address you, you know what I'm saying? I noticed that as well, that motherfuckers think I can't see, but I definitely see. It's sad as fuck. It's like, nigga, you damn near got a whole essay, or, you know what I'm saying, a whole outline on ways I can be better, this and that, and like, I can transition, but everything you speaking on, you don't even embody your motherfucking self. So it's like, in my head now, it's like, how the fuck do I even appreciate the quote-unquote game you giving me? How do I even value, certain shit you told me? Like, yeah, I can use it to my advantage now because I see things for what it is. But like I was saying, if I would have known these things way earlier, of course I'd have been way further in life. But it's like, it just goes to show, like, that alone, how far we are poured away from our motherfucking culture in general, because it's like, it really don't make sense alone. It's like, basically, I realized a lot of like teachings, and it's not even said like that, but teachings that were like kind of forcefully instilled in me growing up was like teachings that they heard from other teachers, and you know what I'm saying, people that have been telling them this shit their whole life. And it's like, you quick to tell somebody else these things, and you always quick to, point the finger. But like, the real question is, and it always lied in my head, like, why aren't you taking these steps? Why aren't you, you know what I'm saying, literally embracing everything you stating that I should motherfucking do? Because me doing that, everything you telling me to do would only make me, you know what I'm saying, go past you and or surpass you. And I get like the purpose.
Working on your tan.
You know what?
Hey, brother.
Mid YouTube video too. You came in there. You good. I mean, give me like 3-4 minutes. I'll be right there.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You want a beer?
I definitely need one. But, shout out to the guy came through clutch. One of the joyful spirits, who I be surrounding myself around. But here nor there. It's like, how you gonna, like I was saying, you can give all those lessons, etc., and teach all this shit, but it's like, you don't even embody or embrace the shit that you preaching. But like, the real question only leads is like, or brings, the only question that it leads to for me, or like brings out, is like the factor of why the fuck not? Like, why haven't you taken this, advice that you giving me? And like, it's like, you just basically talking, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, like, that's how I'm looking at a lot of motherfuckers in general. Like, a lot of motherfuckers just love to talk, and that's the real reality of shit. It's like, motherfuckers just preaching just to preach. And that's the sad reality. A lot of y'all motherfuckers gotta really realize that, especially my young ones. Like, this really for my young ones too. The ones who, you know what I'm saying, like, always question everything and shit like that. Like, start questioning that shit, gang. Start asking motherfuckers, why is it that you preach all this shit but you don't embody it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the question you really should be asking. And still, within the questions and afterwards, like the whole conversation, and still I say, and I highly recommend, take the advice that's given and you use it to your best advantage, you know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers clearly not going to use it. But if you want to see change, I highly recommend you embody those traits, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, on the back end as well, and this is unintentionally comes with it, you got to realize that regardless of what it looks like in front of you, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things might not change right away, but due to you instilling and then like embracing and embodying and then walking in that force field of nature with everything, like all the lessons that was taught, all that shit, is like, eventually, you know what I'm saying, the people around you is going to get up and pick it up and follow, what you're putting down. It's just, you got to actually stand on that shit. And sometimes it may take years, sometimes it may take months, sometimes it may take, generations on generations for it to stick. Sad truth, but it's like, at the same time, as long as you standing on that, simple factor, practicing what you're preaching, everything is going to fall into motherfucking line, regardless of, what's placed in your face and, all the distractions that come in the way along the motherfucking journey. If you stand on that, I'm telling you, like, that's the main thing that'll keep you motherfucking going. Especially the fact that you can just back it up alone. It's like, you're gonna gain a natural following. You're gonna gain, natural support, and you're gonna start to also see, like, all walks of life or random walks of life just, come to you for the inspiration and or motivation, because you actually decided to, stand in that truth and embrace all those traits that's really needed to, develop as a human or whatever you want to call yourself, and or a spirit. But it starts with motherfucking you. Real shit. And, I'm gonna leave it off with this, but and the main point, once again, is, you know, practicing what you motherfucking preaching. But I'm gonna leave it like this. You see the nigga getting sweaty as a bitch out here. I gotta get out the motherfucking sun. It's getting hectic, but here nor there. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it at this. As long as you, and this is real shit, you know what I'm saying? Not only practicing what you preaching, but like adding on to it, you know, as the days continue to pass. There's nothing that can get in your motherfucking way to stop you. It's like, from that point on, you kind of learn to stand in your power alone off of that factor, truly, because it's like, you'll start to see everything around you simply for what it is, nothing more, nothing less, which will then only help you navigate and get you to your destination as soon as possible. But you got to be able to see, and then, you know, call shit out for what it is as well, gang. Like, don't let the fear in you, or, you know, the way you are naturally that good and you know, change because of how somebody else is, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like the darkness within you, because it's dark and light within everybody, has to come out at certain times, because that's the only way motherfuckers will truly understand and respect what you're saying. Regardless, male or female, you got to check certain shit at the door. Don't let somebody just preach shit because, you know, it sound good, but they ain't following it. Fuck what they talking about. If they ain't standing on the shit they preaching, don't listen to them, gang. I don't give a fuck how old you is. It's not worth it. Whatever you feel, you know what I'm saying, you should be standing on, and whatever you stand by, and whatever makes you, that's the only motherfucking focus. Anything outside of that, don't fall for the trap, gang, because I was a prime victim, and I'm not, like, happy to admit that, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people in my, like, ballpark are at this, you know, stage right now, you know, not the same exact stage as I am, but you know what I'm saying, like that, like the understanding and learning how to practice what you preach, and actually, like, instilling the discipline that's within self already, you know? You gotta learn to literally say fuck everything else, and just, you know, whatever you know to be right and true, stand by it, regardless of who fuck with you, regardless of who don't, because people gonna come and go. Same with money, same with everything else, but you're not. The only thing about you that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, is change and growth. Other than that, nothing else come with it. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel like I talked enough. Long live the empire. I know everybody in more than as always. I know, peace and love.